welcome.
Yeah, it's a great feeling. It's different from looking at the bike because you are distracted by the engine. 1901, this is the oldest one present this year. This is a Harley Davidson. Wonderful Harley Davidson. Go on. Wonderful, perfect style. Wonderful. Moto Guzzi, una moto italiana meravigliosa, la BMW nel 68.
I have to say these guys...
That is the special exhibition class, okay? 11 little motorcycles, 56cc. Eccole qui, guarda che roba. This is a good stuff.
Thank you.
Moto Müller, Moto Morini, Aprilia, la Guazzoni, meravigliosa, Gilera, Fanti Cavallera.
Fantastic.
I was 14 years old and
I think that is my cue to talk faster and less.
and see you later. Have a nice day, ladies and gentlemen. The rain is part of this year, of course.
I'm going to take
See you tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock at Villarba. Bye-bye.
11 o'clock tomorrow at Villarba. Thank you very much, Roberto. Now, before the Cars Parade, the historic Cars Parade, let me take this opportunity to introduce you to the jury who have been busy analysing all of these cars one by one this morning. There are incidentally going to be 50 cars parading this afternoon after the two parade openers. And a noted historian, particularly on Italian cars. Patrick Lequemont, the former head of Renault, Mr. Goodwood, who needs no further introduction, and Shironaka. Il presidente del concorso di eleganza Ulrich Knips, con Danilo Zucchetti, il direttore dell'hotel Villa d'Este, appropriately enough with a Villa d'Este umbrella. Ulrich, good afternoon. Welcome to your concours. 1929 to 2019. 90 years of BMW motorcar production. Now, I know you're a long time BMW man, but not quite that long. Tell us about the differences between BMW then and BMW now.
Yeah, hello everybody, first of all. Good to have you here, and we just ignore the rain. It will stop in a few seconds again. Yeah, concerning 90 years, you all know that BMW started as a company that built an aero engine and not cars, and this was simply 13 years earlier, but called Camillo Castiglioni, who decided in the end that we should build cars as well, and the whole thing started in buying the license from an English manufacturer called the Austin 7, and we started to build this car in 29. But 7 years later, we were already so far that we built the 328, which is the basis for this car, which actually finished on the third place in 1940. So we picked up speed very quickly.
Let me just come over to Danilo. Danilo, you're also a long-term Villa d'Este man.
Italian. Nel 29, quando Villa d'Este, che con la sua famiglia ha diretto Villa d'Este per 66 anni, e quindi la Belle Époque, ma sono le persone che hanno sempre portato l'evoluzione, l'innovazione, ma senza mai perdere l'identità.
The BMW 328 Mini are parade opening cars. Oh, don't they look held the world premiere of this car last night, 50 years after it was first created.
Yeah, so this is the first time it appears again after almost 50 years.
So you're telling me...
Quite uncharacteristic of our company. I don't think it will happen with this one.
Thank you, Agent. Now I'm going to take advantage. We have with us today one of the absolute legends of... W. Garnish, the concept car that was built for the 1970 Geneva show, period drawings just recently. Kai, I think that's probably our cue to start the parade of the historic. La Rusniani, one of our new partners this year. And it's called the Wensum because the chairman of Vauxhall kept a boat on the our service. Lancia, the first monocoque construction car. I'm gonna let you go. Thank you very much. I think we'll speed up the parade section just after the First World War. Now this car represents family archaeology. In the 1928, good afternoon. Good afternoon. You made a very wise choice to parade with the hood up today. And may I say how elegant you to own. Long before the days of Enzo Ferrari building his own cars, these are the cars that he managed. In those days, you didn't normally buy a car with coachwork. You had to order the coachwork from somebody else, and no two cars had made its name in the First World War. They specialized in aeronautical bodies where strength and lightweight are extremely important. And Zagato became the go-to coach builder for racing. What a spectacle. Good afternoon, Stephen and Kimmy. Stephen is the former American ambassador to Belgium, collector and connoisseur of historic cars. Now, the owner of this car, Andre Embericos, who is the heir to a large Greek shipping fortune, commissioned. The nightclub scene is absolutely vibrant. And this car has out, and she walked into the Mercedes-Benz showroom on the Champs-Élysées. Bugatti 57S, and the S does not stand for sports or even for supercharged 30s. It was delivered new, in fact, to a guy called George Ram through the London Bugatti 8. Look at those 6 exhaust pipes. That is proper Gallic one-upmanship. Now this really is the author's absolute Art Deco streamlined styling. This was the world's fastest car in 1930. Well, it doesn't just have a brake light, it has a red light that tells the person behind you, halt. The property of a lady. Richard in the passenger seat, all the way from Monte Carlo into another great. Can we ask you to get out of the car on this particular occasion? Just cars. They are made by people, they are bought. And this car, I have to say, has a can I ask you, please, so that we can get a couple more cars in behind you. A little bit further. Professor Reinhard Weinstabel from Oslo, owned by Aston Martin, but back in the 1930s, it was an independent place at Staines, just outside of London. Legonta's chief designer was none other than Mr. Roland Dietrem from Belgium with the Maserati A6G 52. Dominic Fischer. Ralph Hoover with the medal. Now, he owns the company. Bradley Calkins from the US of A, 1100. Good afternoon, Bradley. The post-war era that was so popular both here in Italy and the smaller classes of racing, but also. Right, if we can have the next car a little bit further forward, thank you very much. Theodore Hendricks from this car with this panoramic windscreen and an abundance of chromed hubcaps, white. Now I have to say, Birmingham is not normally a place associated with the Dodge. The next car that you're going to see, which was flown here from Japan, and I did ask him, was it small enough to fit in your hand? In 1964. It's a 55-year love affair, all the way from Japan. Shiro Kosaka with the ABBA. Wonderful. And now Greece once again, represent 50 GT of 1964. Now look at this badge. Nardi Espagnola on the bonnet of the car. The Ferrari 342 America, entered by Susan from, appropriately, the US of A. Good afternoon, Dennis. Good to see you here, and good to see the Ferrari 3 years. But this isn't like most XK120s that you have seen before. I've been perfectly happy with the 120 mile. This is a body you may have seen on a Fiat 8V before, but only 3 were made on the Jaguar chassis. It has to be one of the most spectacular cars. Now this is our friend Jan de Roo, all the way from Belgium. Tuned, upgraded, improved, faster, sexier, and considerably more expensive. The earlier car. Now in the mid-1950s, if you could buy, this was one of the cars that was likely to be high up on your list. The 1955 Alfa Romeo 1900 Ciao, buongiorno. Great to see you. So Corrado called every single pharmacist in Forlì until one of them answered and said, yes, I do own an Alfa Romeo collection. La Freccia. (1955), so the same year, but we're down in Modena for the Ferrari 250 GT Competizione. Now back in the mid-1950s, here today by the May collection. And I admire it if I tell you that BMW lost money on every single one of the 248 of these cars that they built. On the tour, hearing that wonderful V8 engine, it's almost like following a reverse. Class E, the swinging segment. Come a little bit further forward, William, if you would. William Loughran with the short wheelbase Berlinetta. Led a relatively quiet life after that for many, many years. It became a historic race car in the 1980s. Ferrari 250 short wheelbase. Red, not all Aston Martins are green. This was Aston Martin's answer to the Ferrari 250 short wheelbase. Carrozziere from Milan. And if you think that it's because of an intentional marketing ploy that they only made 19, that's not the case. 19 was all looking Aston Martin. I'll let you decide. The movie star's car. Welcome. Johannesburg via London, and today I've asked him to switch it off because I know time is. His children knew that he had a Ferrari somewhere, but they weren't quite sure where. Eventually, in 2014, best day. Paul, well done. And now all the way from Kuwait, where keep coming, that's wonderful. Thank you very much. We're starting to look a little bit tired and out of date compared to some of the Italian and American competition. So David Brown, the owner of Aston Martin, put out a tender. He put out work. Gelb from Germany. Good afternoon, Frank, and welcome to Villa d'Este. of May 1967. Dominic Fishlin awarding the participants prize. And if we can make way, please. The Mario de Monaco, Maserati, the Lamborghini Miura from Luca Taino. Good afternoon. That's perfect. Now I told you he was a serial car buyer that was offered in honor to celebrate the 1970 World Cup in Mexico. Little Tony, if you're looking down from above, you have very good taste in cars. Complimenti. Fantastic car. Collecting tastes, and this car is absolutely of the moment. It's hard to believe that this car is Genti with the Porsche 959 that was built new by none other than the great conductor Herbert von Karajan. 166mm of Brian Ross, and Brian Ross lightweight construction patented system that you saw on the Alfa Romeo earlier on from David Sidoric. It was nicknamed the Barchetta, which means in Italian, large pre-war style cars that had gone before. This seemed in. Now, if you thought that was delicate, look how brutal this is in comparison. And of course, the black color menacing as well. This is the big brother. The smooth flush, Lorenzo is just pointing out, look at these dagger type door handles. You push the button and then the handle is revealed. Right, that's the... Why can't Oscar 4 and MT stands for Maserati Tipo and the 4? Thank you! Look, no hands. Guido Artom at the wheel side, but very streamlined, more streamlined than the last one. Single screen with this removable tonneau that you could put on when you weren't carrying a passenger. Beautifully restored and still with original dealer Ernie McAfee's sticker on the side. Grazie, complimenti. It'll be running on 4 by tomorrow, I'm sure. This is something that Jules Verne was designed Le Mans car. It looks rather like a fish from the back. Go, David McNeil. 12 in the world is here at Villa d'Este. Non passerai mai inosservata. Bodied by Bertone, powered by... We do not want any decapitations this afternoon. Now, still in 1967, now I cannot wait to see you stop.
A big flywheel basically that is controlled by a hydraulic system, and it balances when the sensors tell it that the car is getting out of center.
So if you switch off the engine, you've got to watch that. You've got to watch it from the back. What were they thinking? From the US of A, the 1970 Ferrari Modelo. I'm doing good, Jim. You obviously look like you're expecting some serious velocity with the 4-point harnesses in this car. Now, if my memory is correct, this was pitted. Magazine, sigla, prego. We're going to move to the mosaic. To a trophy is being ready, and we are about to give out the Coppa d'Oro Villa d'Este 8C 2.9 Touring Berlinetta of David and Ginny Sidoric.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here despite the rain. And I think there's one person who needs as well a big applause, which is Simon Kitson, who did it, who saved us this afternoon. Simon, you did a bloody good job. Thank you very much for this. And see you all tomorrow afternoon at Villa Erba. Thank you.
Steady, steady, action, and
That was us. We did that one.
so that's cool. We'll get on there twice.